Hey there friends, Jeremiah here. I'm on summer tour in Helena, Montana presently, and I just got back from the IJA where I taught a class on spinning while juggling. And we focused a lot of time on the wall plane Mills mess, which to me is a foundational trick for accessing some of the more complex spinning patterns. We'll get into why soon, but I'm going to break that trick down for you step by step right now. Let's get into it. Let's recognize a few things about the pattern first. Just like a traditional Mills mess, it's got 3 beats in each direction. The only difference here is that the 3 beats are happening on the wall plane instead of the wheel plane. And as such, I have to allow the momentum of the club to carry through to the other side. That natural swing that should happen when you catch the club gets to be a little tricky, and sometimes it feels like you're trying to get out of your own way. Because it's a 3-beat pattern, and there's 3 clubs, that means that every club holds its position in the pattern. Watch it again. Orange, yellow, then green. Orange, yellow, and green. So because each club holds its position in the pattern, we can break the pattern down in a pretty simple, straightforward way. So right away, we're going to drop 2 clubs and acknowledge each of those positions independently. The orange club is the first one in the sequence. It's the first of 3. And it's going to always be the overarm throw. So I'm going to acknowledge my hand here so that I make sure it's an overarm throw. And then toss it on my left side, catch it, now over the top, and swing it to the other side. Every time I switch hands, I should be catching it over the top of the other one. So back and forth looks like this. Notice how I just put my other hand there as a placeholder. And then I swing it across. So I end up in this cross-armed position. This throw is the hardest one of all 3 of them. You got to swing across. And while you do, there's still the other 2 clubs over here. So this one is going to be the one that turns you. The second club in sequence will be the yellow club. It's going to be an open throw on the same side with a cross-body underarm catch. Swing it through, open throw, cross-body underarm catch. And with that hand that just threw, you're going to pretend that you've got that overarm swoop that happens to try and put it in context. The third throw in sequence is, of course, the green one. It's going to be a crossbody underarm throw followed by a open same side catch, and then swoops to the other side for that same underarm throw. Notice with the other hand, I make a point of swinging my arm across so that I really end up in that crossbody position. Because as that last throw happens, I need to be preparing for the first one already. We've established each of the 3 positions. Now let's combine them together. We're going to look at 1-2, and then 2-3, and then 3-1 in sequence. 1-2 looks like this. Crossbody throw followed by same side throw. And then same side catch, crossbody catch. Crossbody throw, same side throw, carry it across, and the other one follows. Once again, toss, toss, carry through, toss, toss, carry through. See how the orange one always holds its position, and the yellow one is following it. So there's this position where I catch the second club and I'm carrying the orange club through to the other side. And then I rotate my body so that the yellow comes through. At this point, my other hand's going to come back here to catch green. We'll get to that soon enough. So once again, orange, yellow, carries through, carries through, carries through. Like I said, that is the weirdest part. 2-3, yellow followed by green, will be an open throw followed by the cross arm, underarm throw. Cross body, underarm throw. Looks like this. Notice how with my gap in the pattern, I'm actually emphasizing where that swing happens that will carry me from side to side. So this is 2-3. And the open hand is where the 1 will be. The final one is a little strange because we're actually going to be switching sides every time, or switching directions with it every time. This is the third one followed by the first one of the new side. So this is an underarm throw followed by a overarm throw. It's going to look like this. I'm going to start with green and I go under, over, under, over, under, over. Now that we've looked at all of the different parts of this pattern, we can start working on connecting it. So I'm going to start with 2 in one hand and swing a crossbody. Remember, there's the over-the-top crossbody, then there's the open throw, and then there's the underarm crossbody throw. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Orange, yellow, green. 1, 2, 3. It should feel like they're following each other. There's never a cascade throw in there going up under the club from front to back. They're always from the back to the front. It's also important to notice that every time I catch the club, any of the clubs, I let them slide down to the knob before I do the throw. Of course, the closer you can catch it to the knob, the better in the long run. But at the beginning, it's fine. Just let the club slide from the handle down to the knob. And when I say knob, I don't mean like down in my fingers. I mean kind of in the back of the hand, so that I always have a fairly good grip on it still, but it gives me a little bit more rotation possibility. The only time I really switch further down the hand into the ring grip or the socket grip is if I'm actually going to be adding some extra spins. Another weird way of thinking about this pattern is that Mills Mess already kind of wants to split apart. You are constantly fighting the forces of the clubs to keep a traditional Mills Mess together. And so when I first started exploring this pattern, I realized that force was there, and I just sort of allowed it to open up and tried to get out of the club's way, moving my body with it. You'll also notice I have a little bit of a rock back and forth. That helps get your body in position and turn with it, since it really is a 180-degree plane that you're working with. I find this pattern extremely useful for a lot of spinning tricks because you find yourself in this cross-armed position, which is great for unwinding and adding some of those spins. As an example, from the mess, you could then go straight into a Mike's Mess, which pairs really well with it, or into some jumbles, or into Rubinstein's-esque patterns, where I can throw that third club in sequence as a double and then do some swings underneath. So it's a 5-2-2-3-3, 5-2-2-3-3, 5-2-2-3-3, 5-2-2-3-3, which happens to be the same base pattern for the jumbles as well. So I really hope this was helpful. I have loved this pattern. It really helped me unlock a lot of spinning style while juggling. And the technique for breaking it down, the 1-2-3 method, and then breaking it down into the 2 club versions of all those, the 1-2, 2-3, and 3-1, is an excellent way to break down any 3-beat pattern that has clubs that maintain their position. You can apply this to, of course, learning Mills mess. You can learn Boston mess this way. You could learn Seb's mess this way, forward or reverse. Kino's mess can be learned this way. I'm sure there's many others I can't even think of. But basically, it's because every club holds its position in the pattern. So it's really easy to break them down one piece at a time. I also want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you for helping make this channel possible. I really love teaching juggling, and having a group of people there who are helping support that effort really makes a difference. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or go check out the Patreon, even better, and be able to ask me more directly. And that's the first place I look. If there's anybody that's got any requests or questions, I'm happy to address them. And thanks again for being here.